ducks in a row. A little bit late today, but we're here.
Yeah. All right. So
Hello.
you're gonna pull.
Oh gosh, I always do it stupidly.
Well, I need to move it to the other side. Hey, look! It Aurora Knife and Tool is live on YouTube. I should watch them.
Yes, that is a better angle. Okay.
That's at least more of our
All
heads.
right. You want to wave? Hi.
Wave, wave,
Hello.
wave. Yeah, the removed from thing should not be as close as the other. All right. Hey, folks, how's it going?
Pass the cranberry sauce. We're having mashed potatoes. Hey, the turkey looks great. Does everybody know why I'm singing that song? Does anybody?
Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being there. Everyone's thinking,
The
the
whole
world's thinking you, thanking us for thanking you.
Kill the turkey.
I always think it's past the turkey.
Kill the turkey.
Okay.
Kill it.
Kill it. Yeah.
Hi.
Looks like a lot of Bob's Burgers fans out there.
Absolutely none. Just me.
Well, folks, thank you all for chiming in, stepping in, and spending Thanksgiving with us. So I'm going to spend the most of my time looking here because that's where the most of our folks are. So we'll do that. And so
I'll look at this one. You look at that one.
Split the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, primarily, man, it's just been like a while, hot minute since we've done a live and got to like a chance to chat with everybody. So just wanted to try to catch up. And some of y'all may know I spent like the vast majority of mid to late October / early November sick for about 4 weeks straight. I went from stomach bug to cold to upper respiratory infection, thinking maybe there was a dash of RSV in there because we've had a pretty big run of it at the school at our church that I oversee. And so maybe that's some of the mix as well. And then straight from there into laryngitis. So it's all been good. Singing in church, leading worship's been kind of rough on the old vocals the last couple of weeks, but getting better. We are dressed for date night because after this is done, the kids are out of town with the grandparents, both sets. We're from the same hometown, so that makes Thanksgiving and Christmas a lot easier.
It does.
So yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. I am definitely glad to be on the mend. Yeah, so the kids are there with the grands, and we're trying to take advantage of as many date nights as we can get in before responsibility kicks in.
Yes.
So, and you can tell that we are very a good pair in terms of our style for date night. We have Egyptian goddess and youth pastor, I think, is probably the mix that we're going for.
I like to dress up.
So yeah. Got everything everywhere all at once. Yeah, glad you're better, or at least on the men. I appreciate that, Goondocks. But yeah, so just wanted to check in, and I mean, first and foremost, just say like how appreciative we are for you guys. Just the level of support, the encouragement, and as we're navigating this, obviously nothing's going to go super smoothly, or at least things are not going to go as smoothly as you expect because that's just the way life is. So appreciate y'all your patience with us as we're navigating some new territories and getting the last little tweaks done on our Truffles iteration that we're going to be sending out to y'all. So we do have, just for points of comparison, we do have the initial, I hate saying like V1, like I feel like they should have their own like nicknames, if we could call, version 2 is like, I don't know, what's a good name for something with a mohawk? What's the guy on Terminator? What's his name? Bill Paxton. He's the only guy that got killed by a Terminator.
It should be more punk.
Punker. Yeah. This is punk. This is not punk. This is Punk Truffles. And yeah, and but yeah, Bill Paxton, right? He's the only guy who's been killed by Terminator, by an alien, and by a predator, I believe. You can fact check me on that. Lance Hendrickson, he sort of falls in that category, except he was not killed by the alien because he was a robot, cyborg. So
I think people want to talk about Truffles.
Oh, okay, sure. So here's the two iterations. If you haven't seen like the super lengthy video where I've gone over these in detail, I'll kind of try to do the summary version of like what we like, what we don't like. Aaron, hey man, gobble gobble. Thanks for joining us. So we've got, let's start on this side. We've got the clip differences. The one on the right is the one that has the rounded, just the straight clip. Just was not a fan of how kind of boring that was. Yes, he played Mr. Whalen in AVP, and that's where he got killed by a predator. So Terminator, Alien, and Predator, except he was only like, I don't know, terminated by the alien because he was a robot. Anyway, yeah, so the clip wanted to do something that had a little bit more of a stylistic match with the overall look of Truffles. And so we did that. Of course, the first thing everybody said was, where's the clip filler? Well, there's the clip filler on the left there. So we did abandon the idea of doing like the wire clip as well as the regular clip, just because Sikio's clips are just really, really nice. Got some more some more people to wave at.
Yes,
Boom,
it's
boom.
like every time I click on the wave button, it says remove this person, but no, I just want wave. It gives me a wave button, and I'm bad at pressing it for some reason.
True. I mean, no. So also the collar. So you've got like the size of the collar, like the very first comments that we got on Truffles was, concerns about accidentally disengaging the lock by pushing it. And it was really by people who had never handled it. It was basically, there was one, it was Dominic's Max Level EDC's first video that went kind of viral for us. And there was a lot of people who were saying, oh, you're going to accidentally push the button. And so early on, we thought, okay, well, we'll raise the collar. And so we had put that in the Kickstarter notes. And so as we got further into the Kickstarter and more people were reviewing it and getting it in hand, and none of them had the concern of, nobody who had it in hand had the concern of an accidental disengagement. And so we started really kind of questioning it at that point. But because we had said on the Kickstarter, hey, we're going to raise the collar, went ahead and did that. And it's just no fun. It really killed a lot of the fun action joy. Just a side note, I heard somewhere that Jean-Claude Van Damme got fired from playing the actual Predator. That's true. Hey, David. Jean-Claude Van Damme, they had hired him because they were looking for somebody with like name recognition and like martial arts skills, which is weird if you think about like Predator with like martial arts skills. I mean, he's primarily a brute, but yeah, they got Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's like this super lithe, martial arts guy. They put him in 100 pounds of latex, and surprise, surprise. Oh, is he in the Mortal Kombat game? That's interesting. I'm not aware of that. Surprise, surprise. He couldn't jump around and flip around and do all the Jean-Claude Van Damme things he normally does because he was in a huge latex suit. So yeah, so that was the reason why he I think he quit. He may have gotten bounced out of it, but I think he pretty much quit because it's like you've got this really famous guy in a suit, and also it's nice having somebody in the Predator suit that was like really tall. If you've ever seen another really interesting Predator tidbit on the sound that the Predator makes, is sort of like insect clicking kinds of sound. I think it was the guy who did the voice of Optimus Prime that voiced the Predator as well. And they had brought him in to, like, give us what do you think the sound should be? And he was doing this like sound that they couldn't actually hear. So he said, like, bring me like a microphone. And he did it like up closer. And it's just like this insect trilly sort of thing. And they were like, that's it. That's the sound.
Speaking of insecty sounds, last night we watched, what was the name of that movie? No One Will Help You.
No one will save you.
No One Will Save You. Yes.
No one will save you.
I keep, like, whenever I think about the movie, I can picture the poster or like the cover, but like I can't think of the name of it. But have y'all seen that movie yet?
It was terrifying.
It's
PG-13. It's I would say it's pretty close to like the Fire in the Sky level of, if a 13-year-old watches that, they'll be scarred for life. Like this.
That would be me that he's talking about. I watched Fire in the Sky at, how old was I? Like 11. I was 11.
Oh,
it was
okay.
my first PG-13 movie. I watched it in theaters with my friend who was also not 13, and we felt like we were super, something about because we went to see a PG-13 movie, and we were like, "Woo, we're not even 13." And let me tell you, that was it was really scary to me, and I've been I think disproportionately afraid of aliens ever since. It's like of all the things to be afraid of, it's like the top of the list.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of interesting. That's I didn't expect it to be. We've not watched a lot of y'all. Y'all probably know that we have. I feel like you're like, there's like half of you on here. Y'all probably know. We watch horror movies, and it's been a while since we've watched an alien one, just because. Oh, Scott, you haven't missed anything. Goondock says, "Love Fire in the Sky."
I haven't watched it since. I probably need
Have
to.
you not?
No, I haven't.
Now that's surprising to me. I assumed you had seen it multiple times since then.
No. I thought
wrecked you permanently.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it since. But like I came across it on like TV a couple of times, and I was like, no, and I could not do it. And like last night, I was like, I kept telling him, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this movie. But I love horror movies. I love scary movies, but they do scare me. I'm not one of those that like it takes a lot to scare. No, it does not take much to scare me, but I like that sensation. Like I like being afraid. But like, yeah, Fire in the Sky rewatch. We really do I need to rewatch it. I don't know if I'll ever sleep again, but
but the No One Will Save You was pretty. It had
the ending was
non
really
sequitur
weird.
ending.
The
that
ending
like
was weird.
Nothing really made sense in the last 20 minutes.
I mean, okay, but like, can we all agree that like endings tend to be a weak spot when it comes to horror movies? Endings, right? Because like you spend the whole movie like trying to fit, like it's the mystery of like what's going on and the unknown that really ratchets up the fear, and then in the last 20 minutes, whenever like you kind of get an idea of what's going on, or like there's a face reveal of the monster or whatever it is, and that kind of ruins it a little bit, and it's just not it's
the Lost phenomenon, you just like they just can't wrap it up. But yeah, so we did watch that. That was really good. So
David wants to know about the zombie book.
Oh, David. So I did actually say to Melody the other day, because I ran across a book on Kickstarter. I'd logged on to Kickstarter to try to basically do stuff. Log in, update people, blah blah blah. And I noticed that there was a a book on Kickstarter that looked really good, and I was like, Kickstarter, I should consider, like, finishing the book that I've mostly written and doing on Kickstarter, and that way won't lose money. It'll just be a flop if nobody is interested in seeing it. So
speaking of zombie movies, Aaron says best horror movie ending, original Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's a good point. I think, yeah, it takes a very special horror movie to get the ending just right, I think.
It's true.
And then, yeah, Vegas says, I watched it and didn't realize it only had one line of dialogue.
Yeah. So it does have like 5 words of dialogue the whole movie. And on the one hand, okay, it was a good acting exercise for the actors to convey information without saying anything. But I was distracted the whole movie waiting for the 5 words.
Yeah, I did find it. I also found it distracting because there are times when she interacts with other characters. Not many. It's mostly just the main character, but there were a couple of times where she was interacting with another character, and there was it was weird to me that there were no words spoken. Yeah. It seemed like they just really had it in their minds there's going to be no spoken words except for one moment, and that's
Yeah, I think they probably should have just released that and given 10 more words. But Aaron says I'll back you for the zombie book. So that's good. That's the other thing too, is as I started writing the book, it was before Walking Dead and all that came out. And so I got 75,000 words in, and then everything went zombies all of a sudden, and it was like, oh man, if I come out with this, it's going to be just bandwagon. So it's like I need to wait till nobody cares about zombies again to finish it up. And
it wasn't before The Walking Dead came out.
Yeah, it was.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, we can Google it.
Okay.
Hey, Christian says, what's up? Hey, man, how's it going, dude? Appreciate you stopping in. Christian's one of the guys that met at the Writers Well workshop.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hello, nice to meet you.
I got sick for a month after that. It wasn't because of the Writers Well, but
yes.
I'm finally
Did
recovered.
You personally infect him? Are you the one to blame?
We were roommates, so maybe if he was in the hospital, I was in the hospital. But anyway, so we've got the collar is different. It's we've added some jimping areas. So people were wanting to have the jimping wrap around the flipper tab instead of stopping kind of at the top of the flipper tab. And so we had that done. We wrapped it around the top of the flipper. Only problem was they went with a different kind of jimping style that's just too soft, and so we need them to go back, keep the locations, but Christian said he didn't get sick, so that's good.
Maybe you were patient 0. I don't know.
He was immune to it.
Yeah.
But no, it was most of my sickness was gotten from here. And on the clip too, this is another thing you can see here. We've got the little bevel back on the back side of the clip. Can you see it? Yeah, so instead of it being just an L shape, it's got a little bit of a slant. More comfortable that way. And I put in, there's a couple other details, but basically, Aaron says, trust me, Michael's zombie book idea is unique and jaw-dropping. I don't know if that's, I appreciate that, Aaron. Aaron is, I don't know.
Aaron is the world's kindest human.
Yes. So
but also, it is a good book. It's not, I'm not going to say it's not a good book. But
it is very ironic that I started writing it. I definitely started writing it before I started overseeing our early learning center. And it's funny because it's set in a daycare, primarily set in a daycare. It's called Daycare of the Dead, trademark 11/20/2023. So don't steal it.
Zombie babies.
Yeah. I did. David said you had 3 people that said to do it. Yeah, that's right. I did. I told David, Aaron, and another friend, what the whole thing was, because I was like, I'm never going to finish it. And they were like, if that's what the thing is, you should definitely finish it. So one of these days. But anyway, so basically what we're trying to do is combine the best of both of these. I mean, obviously it would have been great to have it. Also, my vote credits at the door. Oh, is that like seen every episode of The Walking Dead and the ideas are completely unique? Oh, okay. He's got some more street cred.
Yes.
My vote
Credit.
I think I'm missing. I'm assuming it's like on the. I was thinking I'm like yeah. You're saying you need credits on the cover. You know, inspired by David. But yeah, so a lot that went right here. A lot that's right here. Oh yeah, we do need to.
Okay.
Yeah, we do need to see it in the movie. Just got into the community, learning about Kickstarter, but man, I wish I would have gotten into it sooner. We like the design and place an order yesterday. Hey, thanks for stepping in. Yeah, there's still room for folks to drop in if they want. I think we've got maybe 30-ish spots left before we start getting a little tighter. But yeah, still hoping for a April-ish delivery to us and a May-ish delivery to y'all. Would love to get to see that before Blade Show. So, oh yeah, Aaron says
wants to know about the color.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. Somebody's got to keep us on target here. All right, so we did do 4 colors because we had such a shockingly large support out of the gate. We were able to go ahead and include some anodized parts with our order. So we've got a teal. Sorry to see. Yeah, okay. Here. We'll go clip by clip. That'll be a little bit easier. So we'll
do like the
Yeah, we'll do all the clip colors. So a purple. Actually, give me that one. This is stonewashed, and we did stonewashed and
this
plain.
This is the teal one, y'all. It's not YouTube. It's not showing up the right color. So just be ready that this is not. It is teal, but it's not showing up on the screen the right color. It is showing up pretty true to color on Instagram though. So what y'all are seeing in the camera is pretty close.
This is interesting. This in this light, this blue, this is the blue one, but it's in this light, it's almost a little bit more teal. It's not very teal in real life.
So this is the purple.
Hey, Brad.
Purple for YouTube.
Brad's
this is showing up pretty close to the right color.
So this is the anodized blue. Brad's another guy that bet at the right as well.
And this is the purple showing up pretty close. Hang on, get the blue and let me show the difference between the blue and the teal.
You got it.
Okay, so the difference between the blue and the teal. So this for YouTube and this for...
Oh, are we still there, YouTube? I mean, Instagram.
Yes,
my
still
reminder
there.
went off.
Okay, the difference between the blue and the teal on Instagram. So...
And then this is our rust color. Again, the colors are hard to really.
Hey, the rust kind of matches my eyes.
Oh, nice. So it's a little difficult to kind of show off the anodization. We are doing a stonewashed and standard finish. The stonewashed was just not stonewashy enough. And so we're sending that back, just trying to get a little bit more character on the stonewash. While we're doing show and tell,
here, I'll show all the colors so that everybody can kind of see them all together.
I might have seen. I can't remember if we've shown in person the Truffles coins.
Everybody got a good view of those colors. Okay.
So we've got on the coins, these are if folks want to we're offering these at like $5 each to add on, but we've got 3 different colors of coins that has the here, you can show off the silver one.
This is the silver.
You go there, I'll go here. Yeah, will that help if I do that? I don't
It's
know.
supposed to. I don't know that it
They
really
always
does
do that in the
anything.
videos. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this is the copper. It's probably because we've got better lighting behind the camera.
Yeah.
It's real hard to see.
It's kind of, yeah. The color YouTube, the color that you're seeing is kind of not.
So
not as,
yeah.
Not as ideal.
So that's the coupon Trufflin coin that we're offering at a super crazy discount, just because that was one we wanted to do for free, but we just didn't get quite as many backers as we needed at the moment. And this is, it's going to be probably another one hard to see, but this is the new indecision coin. I don't know if y'all have seen me talk about that, but it's both sides say, I don't know, what do you want to do? Melody and I are going to be using it here. It's awfully thick. It's got some nice.
And it has the Aurora knife.
Oh yeah. That's cool too. It's got the logo on the edge.
It's really like, it's heavy and it's it looks really cool. Like it's super.
Yeah, they just nailed the details on it. Yeah. One of the teachers actually that I work with at the church designed the skeleton for it. She's a
she's aspiring
tattoo artist in training. Yeah. And so it was cool to kind of get some local talent. Yeah. So I'm trying to see if I don't have one of the Star Wars coins with me, but I don't know. Can you tell if that's the same? I guess it's the same thickness. It's just for whatever reason on this one, it just seems super thick. I didn't bring anything with me. I have the gauge on it.
It's a hair thicker. It really is, because you can feel it like in between your fingers. It's definitely a hair thicker. This is the indecision coin. It's slightly just like a hair thicker than the Trufflin coin.
Yeah. So the Trufflin coin and the indecision coins, those will be coming out basically at the same time. So these will be eventually for sale on the website, but they're not up there currently. But the idea behind it, I don't know if it's already obvious or not, but basically just something kind of fun to have, because where I grew up, the conversation of like when it was time to go out to eat or make any decision, it was always, I don't know, what do you want to do, was sort of like and I think even now I was asking Melody
where we're going to dinner.
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. So anywho, so those are a couple of the things that we've got. The clips, like at least point of comparison, you'll be able to see them all together.
I did that.
Oh, you already did that?
Yes.
Oh, well, great.
Well, you were
great. Fiddling. I did have a couple people ask me about something that was missing on one of the Truffles photos that I took a picture of. So here's, this is Truffles 2.0. This is the punk rocker style because it's got the little mohawk, which is coming down. So we're going to keep the height of this edge, but take down this part so that it's just as high as we were supposed to. We were hoping that you'd be able to like grab it and side flick it, whatever you'd call that. But no such luck. But did anybody notice this one on Instagram? Do you have any questions about that?
He took a chunk out of it.
Yeah. So it's a little disappointing because I mean these did not have the blades were not done correctly. They were supposed to have not say correctly, but there was one step that was missed. It's doing the chamfers on this. Sorry, I was cutting some really sticky pads, that you put underneath a table to keep it from scratching the floor. Yeah. And man, it was just slicing through. That's one of the reasons why I like having one that's a worker. But all right, see if you can hear any difference between this one. It may take a couple times. So I'm gonna get closer to the camera. So here is. Oh, can you hear it? That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So, I was trying to have got, I don't know if Brad and Christian are still in here, but some music nerds. I'm sure there's other music nerds in here. So I did the math on it. And if you're trying to, because I wanted to have this ring, you can hear it.
He was trying to make a tuning fork out of it.
Yeah. And so it's kind of frustrating because the ratio is,
Aaron heard it.
yeah, Aaron says it's a good thing. The top bar is supposed to be, well, the skinniest bar is supposed to be a major third higher than the longer bar. The ratio is 1.25. So if you have one bar that's a foot long and another bar that's a foot and a quarter long, they'll resonate at major third. So that's what I was aiming for, was to get a dual tone. But I think it's just, I think the confounding thing here is this side of the bar, well, both sides of the bar are connected to the blade. So the blade is contributing to some of the resonance. But I was basically just trying
I can hear it.
Oh, yep. It's basically just trying to
Shing.
increase the acoustics on it. I did inadvertently make it like, what do you call the Emerson wave? Like, it will catch on the pocket and pop out, but it's not super reliable for that reason. But yeah, I wanted to play with it. It was a little heartbreaking to cut open a prototype, and I had several folks were asking, like, hey, can I buy it? And I was like, I don't know if you'll want to once you've seen what I've done with it. But yeah.
Shing. Shing.
So yeah. I'm playing with some more ideas on it. This is like, we're not going to sell it this way. I just wanted to better understand the acoustics behind the bar. If you guys remember on the Factor, the Winter Blade Co. Factor has a lot of really good resonance on it. And the thought was, yes, because this is the second time we brought him up. But wanted to see if we could get the kind of like Factor level ting out of it. Obviously, this is not the way to do it as far as. But my hope was to have a major third, and that would have been cool. But if you listen, like, it's, and then this one, it's more like an octave, if anything. But it's really too hard to even really hear it. So. But that was the idea behind that. I've got some other ideas I want to play with. Hey, Backer from Sweden, thanks for stepping in.
Hi.
Getting ready for bed. Yeah, we're about getting ready to go out on date night. We're kids are away. The mice are going to play. So I don't know where we're going to go. What kind of food are you in the mood for? Egyptian.
I'm in the mood for food.
I'm never not in the mood for Tex-Mex. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm open to anything.
Tex-Mex is fine.
She won't eat seafood. So that's the downside of being in New Orleans with someone who despises, who feels like seafood tastes like what seafood smells like when it's in the dumpster.
Like on a hot summer day.
Hot summer day.
In the city.
In the city. In the summer. In the city. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to show. The coins, the anodization. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything before we bounce, but we can tell you what we've been listening to / watching. So like we said, we watched the No One Will Save You movie. Yeah. I watched Wreck for the first time. I loved Quarantine. Thank you. That was the square that they were all in. I loved Quarantine, and I've been meaning to see Wreck. I've been wanting to watch it with her because I don't like watching movies by myself. And not because I'm afraid, but because it makes me sad. But she does not like reading, even if it's in a movie. So she does not want to do audiobooks.
I listen to audiobooks. Yes.
Now, yeah, audiobooks. But anyway, so I watched Rec the other day because she was out of town, and it was really, really good. I started watching it on YouTube, paid $3 to watch it on YouTube, and it was like the dubbed version, which was like, I can't do this. I'd rather read English translations than hear some goofy person trying to act on top of somebody else's acting. It's weird. The choil. So, it seems to me that the choil on the where their standard truffles go, truffles Uno. I think that the choil, because I asked to bring that up a little bit, but and I'm pretty sure that they've widened it out, but I'm fairly sure that they deepened or widened it. I don't know. If you're looking at it, can you see a difference between the choils on that? Does it look either like further this way or wider? I don't know. This could be my imagination, but I had mentioned that to them, but also said that it's like, I mean, it's a pretty wide choil as it is.
I don't really
see a difference.
See a very noticeable difference.
Yeah.
If it's there, it's not visible.
So that was another thing people asked if we would bring the jimping down further down the spine. And I mean, yeah, that would actually help some as far as if you've got it holding it right here, but I don't know, man. It's just looks wise. I mocked it up visually to see what it would look like and just didn't love it. And I just felt like, and it also didn't occur to me until I'd already sent in all my changes. And so I was like, man, I don't want to do any more at the moment, who just like, it's great the way it is. I mean, really, honestly, this knife, if it was sold this way, if this was the first one I ever saw, I'd be like, it's great. I love it. Like, it's just that I know that there's better parts that we could combine of the two to make it better altogether, especially the action. Now the action's a little bit harder to show because I've put magnets in this one. Let's see if you can see where those are. There's one in the back here.
He's constantly tinkering with stuff.
Yeah.
Just literally constantly.
So I've got the button pushed and it's not coming out because the magnets are holding it in place. But the reason I did that is because the detent was all but the detent was all but gone after it got wrecked by Luke over at Calculated Survival. He had taken the knife and did a pressure test to see how the lock would hold up. Yeah, he put it back together. There's now a little bit of play in the and a little bit in both directions, horizontal and vertical on the new ones. I can feel if I get way back here, I can feel some vertical on that one. Really, on this one, nothing. Trying to think if I've done something to this one too. I might need to tighten the pivot because I've checked them both and neither one had play. And now this one has just a hair. So I'm thinking it may be a loose pivot because I've been obviously been tinkering with this one. For those who are just coming in, it was just trying to get this bar to resonate more. So it is strange though. I've not quite figured out the perfect. See, that it didn't make the ting at all. So I was talking with Brian Winter Blako. He said his theory is he said that his theory is that just because if you imagine it as the harder or less, how much gumption you put on it as far as flicking it open, that each time at that like a microscopic level, it's settling on a different part of the tang. And so that those changes might be part of it. And that may be my imagination, but it seems like if I keep my thumb firmly on the button, it deadens it or makes it not happen at all. If I take my thumb completely off the button,
somehow the button's muting.
Yeah, but if I have my thumb just like here on the button, it almost always rings. Why? I don't know.
Aaron has a comment about the pivot collar.
I'm most glad the pivot collar stayed the same as, yeah, it reminds me of an arcade cabinet button. That's fun. Where is it at? Yeah, I can see that. So Aaron, you got to think of a way for us to bump that up. I don't know if it looks more like an arcade button with the anodization. I need to get, I have temporarily relocated my Torx driver to an undisclosed location. So I've lost it. I've got others, but I don't really want to use any others because like that one just works so well. It's the one that Ben Naffs did. Aaron gave me actually. I don't know. Does the anodization help any with the arcade? What do we need to do to arcade it up? Make our arcade version. I mean the Blade HQ came out. I mean it's Flightanium came out with their arcade model here recently. So what do you imagine when Truffles Kickstarter will be closed and finished for production? So I think probably in the next week or two, we'll be completely closing the ADNK, completely closing the backer kit pre-order system because we're getting close to the point where we don't have any other knives. We're trying to have some available. We have gotten a booth for Blade Show, so we're trying to have some available for Blade Show from our order.
Hope we get to meet y'all in person.
Yeah, if y'all have not ever gone to Blade Show, definitely plan on going. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely worth it.
It's really fun.
You will not regret it. You will not see enough knives. Come to the pit every night. That's the main key to Blade Show. Otherwise, it's just like a place that sells knives, but like come to the pit, hang out, meet people.
It's really fun.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
And fun.
But anywho, what was I saying? You asked about the timing. Yeah, so I think in the next couple of weeks, probably close down the backer kit pre-order and go ahead and finalize the actual order. I'm waiting for, supposed to be either end of this month or beginning of next is when the third and presumably final prototype will come in. That'll kind of combine all the best of each one. Won't have a hole in it. I'll click this one. But anyway, and then hoping that we will receive the order in April and then we will ship it out, in batches and have it to everyone by May is the hope. It's one of those things where if it's not done, it's more than likely going to be done after Chinese New Year. So it's losing like a month of factory time for the Chinese New Year. So if it wasn't for that, it would be out sooner. It's a little frustrating because we had built in so much extra time to the schedule because we knew something's going to happen that won't, and so it's a little frustrating to not have it land on time, having pushed back on the calendar as much as we had. But I appreciate y'all's patience, and we did create the tap in, tap out system. So that's what I was going to say is whenever we close the backer kit pre-order, that's when we will open up the tap in portion of our tap in, tap out program. Currently, we haven't really offered that yet because we've got people can actually do the pre-order. But once we close the books, if our backers find themselves in a position of just needing the money back, something happened and they need, it would really help them to have the money back on it, then we're doing a 92% refund. 92 because that's all the money that they spent that came to us, because Kickstarter takes 5% and the credit cards take 3%. So that is an option, is the getting the refund if people need it, or if just hey, you said you'd have it in 6 months and now it's going to be 7, or you said that the collar was going to be higher and that's what I wanted, and now the collar is going to be lower. I'm not interested. Just because it's a design like at the microscopic level, in flux, that means that we just wanted to have it open for folks. If just something happened along the way, people weren't interested anymore. Honestly, it's really more for me to sleep at night, because I hate the idea that a decision that I'm making is going to upset somebody, but every decision upsets somebody.
Right.
And so just being able to say, like, hey, at any point in time you want to tap out, no hard feelings. We totally get it. We've been there where we, you bought something and then just things didn't turn out, or we needed the money, whatever.
Right.
And so we wanted to be able to do that for other people. And then, like I said, it makes decision-making a lot easier on our part. We're still trying to obviously make the decisions that we feel like are going to be the best overall, that, 99% of the people who get it in hand are going to be like, man, thank you for doing this and not that. But just recognizing that because it's changing, then, like the Darth Vader, the deal has changed, pray I do not change it further. If the deal changes, the deal should change on both sides, right? So if the product is in flux, then the the relationship thing should be in flux. You should be able to back out if you want it, so
just in general, like, we want to, like, we're not trying to be like cold-hearted business people or anything,
Yeah.
like we have this company, and it's kind of at this point like a passion project for the most part. We just want people to enjoy the knives, and we're doing like he said, we're doing our best to make good decisions, but through like we already are going into our 3rd prototype, and just trying to produce the best product for everybody, but we get every decision is going to be what everybody wants. So, can't make everybody happy, but we do want to be able to, at least make people as happy as possible.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Said, you'll make the correct decisions from the heart. Wish you much luck and great success. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
So appreciate you guys. Aaron says, Pocket Check, Spyderco, Para 3 lightweight. What have you guys been carrying today or carrying lately?
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I actually started to use Melody's.
He's basically stolen it from me. I got it for me, and I could never find it because he's taking it all.
I was starting to use it to cut those little chair sticky chair pad things, and I was like, well, it's not mine, so I suppose I shouldn't. So that's when I pulled this one out, and man, EDC Indiana said, great, transparent throughout the process. We appreciate that. And so you saw your message about saying, we wish you could get in. Hopefully we'll be doing this for a long time, and hopefully Truffles will be around for more folks to step in future iterations. So that is the big question for us, is what's next. We would like to get to the point where we can do 2 Kickstarters a year and keep them in rotation, because we think that's going to be the best way. Or I say Kickstarter or pre-order, depending on whether it's a new product or an established product.
It's a family business where every customer is treated like one of the family.
I hope that comes off. It's like I don't want to make over promise, under deliver. But like it's and this sounds like so like. I don't know, like, pat us on the shoulder, but I do think that we really care more about making people happy than making money. So I mean,
yes, unfortunately for us, but like, but yeah,
if we could do both, that'd be great. If it could be worth our time, that'd be fantastic, but
which is money or friends,
Yeah.
you know,
We-
in the end, like, you know, when we die a million years from now, like it would be better to be remembered as people who cared about other people than,
Yeah.
you know, having a fat wallet. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Probably the toughest decision for me and Melody and her sister Faith, who's been helping us behind the scenes with a lot of just decision making kinds of things. Was talking with them about the tap in, tap out program, and one of my toughest decisions was whether to do the 92% or the 100%, because I really wanted to do the 100%. And they were finally just like, look, it's probably not the case that everybody's going to back out, but you need to pick a policy that you could do across the board for everybody. And if you say you're going to give 100% back, you've lost 8% already in the deal. And so you're going to be, you're going to have to come up with more money than you actually took in. And like, that's just not, you wouldn't be able to do it universally, but it still feels like a little cheap to me. It's like 92% is all you're giving back. I don't know. It's just, it's the kind of process that we're going through, but we're growing, learning. I would say, I mean, we've had of the 800-ish or so people that back Truffles, we've had maybe 6 or 8 that have tapped out, something like that. So it's been very much doable on our end. Scott Stewart says Microtech MSI standard. I don't know that I know what the MSI is. If I look at this, let's see. Microtech MSI standard. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Does it have a good ting? Need to cut the bar back so we can make it some ting some more. All right, so we're coming up on the hour mark. We set an end time that way we would be able to go to date night and not bore you guys forever. But if you have any other questions, feel free to hit us up on Instagram, Mr. Knife Reviews or War Knife and Tool. Same thing with YouTube. The one thing we didn't talk about was the whole Instagram kicking everybody, kicking the knife community out on Friday. That was nutty, right? Seems like most people have been restored, but may have to be more creative about how we do our content. So Levon did a really good post on Knife Nuts podcast Instagram where he talks about a conversation he had with a rep from Meta. Yeah. So you can go watch that. He's got some details on how to stay on Instagram and, stay within the community. So definitely appreciate you guys. We
are thankful for you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks. All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye. Boop. And bye, YouTube.